Hello and welcome. Right, yeah, it is May morning now. Then I think, in a way, I think I've missed a boat. I was looking at this yesterday, thinking, now obviously, seasonal growth is the king in this game. So what can we plant if we bought May? We could do the tag end of oats. We could do corn for a change. We've got that harvester. In which case, we've only got this month or next. So we could do sorghum as well. We've got 2 crops left to do May or in June for us to buy that big field. Now, this is going to clear us out because it is, as I keep saying, expensive, but it isn't really. It is just, well, it is when you compare it to this field. Yeah, if you look at this, that is 185. And that, although, yeah, it is smaller though. I have got to say, there's a massive band of trees that really do bring in income on these 2 fields. Obviously we haven't used that. I've literally simulated us chopping trees down with having the wood yard, and this is 275, so it's nearly going to take all of our thing. But if we don't do this now, we're going to miss the boat, and it is season, so it is important. So first things first, as always, is yeah, there's a couple of things I'm really interested in seeing. One is, where did we stick the toolbox? Because I think it's going to be like when you buy the other toolbox, its start point where you put it initially is, but you buy that from the shop. So that was a weird one. Did we leave it by the sheep? And it appeared near the sheep. So that's what I'm thinking. Right, so then we need to, yeah, this is the slurry one, so be careful. We need to grab the manure. Yeah, this should speed up, but I'm not going to do a time lapse because it shouldn't be. Now we've got everything here. I was right. At yesterday's session I said it's basically that you've got to get all your stuff, and you have. We have got the manure lorry. Yeah, I'd like to hope I'm going to get the milk a little bit better. No, I was trying to avoid that. Yeah, I do love the colour of this, and I am right. I wasn't aiming for matching it's a metallic almost match of our tractor, so that is quite good. Do I tell myself there's quite a lot of running around over there and all the rest of it? Have we got enough to build a little road in between the 2 fields, all that type of stuff? Well, this is gonna, yeah, you know, it might probably, it's only going to be tiny time lapse though. I don't really want the session to go away with, oh no, that's my trouble. Always rushing, always wanting to like rush. So let's know if it takes an hour, it is the session. It is. Yeah, I am a bit concerned about the grass. That's all I'm going to say. Would it be in bare earth? I've never seen that on any other map where it does do that. So then, where is our toolbox? Where did it appeared? We bought it, it was in the grass here. But it's not there. So it is wherever we left it, which is right in front of that. So the good news is with this, and I do like that. Now the other thing that's interesting is, could you leave this on a little trailer? Now, I know you can't put it on objects like, well, you can, but it's not going to stay there. It's one thing I've always thought on FS, it would be nice, because you've got little tiny shelves and tractors, I mean for little things like this, where you could store things. And also, like I've always said really, having the water tank at the back for my sprayer, wink wink. But yeah, so this actually does go where you like it. I think, Zero Oito, you have actually, in my personal opinion, made the perfect toolbox, the perfect and realistic sort of thing. Now, does it? No, it literally is. It's not pointing. The toolbox, you had to always watch for the orange things, whereas this you don't. So that is quite amazing. But it's like all of these type of things, all of these kind of things sort of exude an aura that stops you jumping into tractors. Yeah, you've got to sort of like be on the edge of it. It's really quite strange. I'm not explaining it very well, but I know what I mean. Yeah, the other ones that we use, the toolbox, that entire set, the mobile utilities set, they all, especially the sawmill, the mobile saw, like the saw table, if you were to go look at it, but really is a sell point for woods, that you use very, very carefully. So we are now the proud owners of this side and that side, and there is a bit of levelling to do. we've already shown one of those sessions, but I will do exactly the same as I did before. We're going to level. We would imagine we would. The thing is, if we're going to call a team in, you'd have to simulate us paying them cash, whereas really it would be us using ploughs and things and levelers and stuff like that to actually simulate that being done, really. So we need the manure. Yeah, this is something I want to do. It is. Yeah, I sorely think this is missing, and that's a proper rundown here, because we come down here a lot. It's almost right. It just needs a little bit of tweaking. Just here, where we're going to use this as a road. I don't know what to spend too much, but I do need to. Now we need to. Are we going to do? Not leveling. I think we're going to need to smooth that down a little bit. Just that is all it will take, I think. And I've got to be careful, because I don't want to take the edge under the road away. Now that does, yeah, when you can see under the lip of the road, I work quite hard on trying to get that right. I really don't want to undo that work. Right, so landscaping. Painting. It is true, I find asphalt the best one for this. Now then, we want to end up about there. We don't want to be too close to the field either. The other thing I always find is it's important to keep it running quite fast, although you can make mistakes when you do that, but then I think that adds to the authenticity as well. It's not going to be perfect. I don't like those white plants in the middle. Looks a little bit odd. Then we need to put a bit of grass back, which is not going to be the right grass. Yeah. Okay, well we can fix that, even though it's exceptionally expensive and it really goes against the grain. Is that the smallest? It is. Yeah, I always find with this, it's, yeah, I mean, wish you could go a bit smaller than that. It's the smallest size. Yeah, it is. But yeah, it's a bit... Right, I suppose we could do something about that. Thinking about it. And that is to trim it a little with this fantastic tool. Which seems not to be... and then it goes and does something massive. Well, it's alright. It's a shame that the grasses don't match, but it looks better than it did. Right, so we need to also do the rest of that. Let's just test that out. Has that made a difference? It guides you as well. Yeah, I think that's not terrible. It's obviously a bit of a bump as the roads meet, and that also the next patch is also a little bit. Now then, do we take that and convert this so that this tank can also be used? When we get a little bit bigger, it's another 3.5 tons of storage, which I think is quite reasonable. Do we need to stick any water in the district? I think we do. But really we should have done a time lapse, because there are quite a few little jobs that really do need, like even buying some manure for that as well. Although no, we make it. No, I think we've still got plenty in. Well, let's have a look. Oh, well, it's super duper. You don't get time with the Avatar. The TARDIS. I've got to stop calling it by the modder's name. One other thing that is annoying me. I know we can't do much with it, but we can hide it. Yeah, we can. We need one of the bigger bushes. Which is refusing to... Why is that not allowing me to place it? Okay. Let's have a look. What does that look like? Well, it does disguise a tree. That was the main trick, really. So then, let's take this back, and we also want to grab... Yeah, we want to follow the other tractor back. We need to grab the manure as well. Do the milk. Oh, brakes. I know, you're going downhill. It's not quite the same. Right, also we're going to have to pull past this now. Yeah, so we need to grab the manure, do the milk, do the feeding, all that type of stuff. It's too late now for a time lapse, but I am right. I think going forwards, it'll only be a quick time lapse. That is the one thing I'm going to say. The main thing I'd like to do this session is creating the field. There is a bit of, as you can see, where that road is, that there's a bit of work to do there. But we might actually go, we shall see. Yeah, we shall see how this develops. Yeah, I'm glad we've got the Estrella. The Estrella is my favourite, but I've got to be honest, it doesn't work with many maps. It is a bit of a beast. How wide it is, it wouldn't work on almost all English maps. It's one thing. Now, have we got any fuel? We've not bought a tank. We've not even bought I love using the tanks, but we've not even bought that either. Right, manure. I think that could have done with a little bit more. I've also put the road a little bit too close, which suggests you can go all the way over there. Now then, if we do this cleverly, we should make this look a bit better than in last session. I was a little bit far out, I thought. Well, I'm not much better now, I suppose. Thank you very much, young lady, for your assistance. We shall swap these over. And we'll grab the milk one now. I don't think there's much milk, but then again, we're only a little small operation. It is true. I mean, yeah, all of these things, the operation is as big as it's big, isn't it? And I do like that because it's your operation. That's why I don't like normally. I don't mind like buying a little bit of sugar or something like that. Although we have got, there needs to be a means to process that sugar. That's why I thought canola and oils were a good one to go in. Sunflowers too. Yeah, that's a point. We did do sunflowers, yeah, but the sunflowers is not. We could go massive in sunflowers. We could. We've got to go with the productions we've got. So that's what, and it is a cracking thing. Plus, there's the straw element as well. Then you've got yourself to ask this question: is with the straw element, is at that point you could really do with a BGA because it's the perfect thing. 7.5 tons. That's not bad. Not bad for a little tiny farm. I'm going to see if we can do a little bit. This is another thing that I thought of as well. Yeah, we need to. Yeah, I've got to be careful of the tree. I'd like to smooth this down a little to give us a better runway to get to the road, and also probably do the same as we've done with all the others, is to do a little bit of a run through. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, I didn't want to, because the tree needs the lump, otherwise you're going to see its base. And I didn't want. Yeah, I'm trying to work on. It means me being a little bit more secretive than magic, as you call it. You know, like because I'm a little bit too. I like to be truthful, but this truthful doesn't help with creativity. Not in this because you sort of. It's a bit like a magician who wishes to hide you looking at the right hand and he's trying to show you the left hand. The last thing that magician's going to do is then draw attention to the right hand and ruin his trick. And it is a bit like that. If we're trying to create immersive, will not let me, immersive content, then the bottom line is you don't want to be showing some of the underbelly of the beast. Yeah, you want to be trying to. Yeah, it's the hills that's doing this. It is quite difficult to. It's picking up speed, and you can't. I've got the brakes on. That was on full, and it was still rolling. Yeah, it's really wanting to roll very, very badly, and that's not me making it to cover up for my. Yeah, even this type of job really needs a bigger tractor than you and not. I mean, yeah, really, it's not too bad. I mean, I can't get the road much better. I'm quite pleased with the way that actually joins, but it plays with the. We could leave that there. It does make sense, and we can fetch it each morning to grab that. But yeah, you can see by how hard it is for me to accelerate, how tough these hills are. Really, that's not bad actually. I'm quite pleased with that. There's a bit of a lump there, but you're not going to get this perfect. It is hilly. Right, so food. I believe we should really have fed the animals before we did anything else. Ooh, that save really does play with things. Can we sneak? I don't think so. We can just about make it, but it doesn't look good. Yeah. Now be careful, get a bit close. Could have gone the other way, really. Right, the biggest and slowest thing we need to do is feeding the animals. So let's get that done first, because we're going to take this over whilst that's like emptying, because it's seriously slow. We need to be... Which end do we need to be at? Which end is the... it is this end, right. I wasn't sure which way the trader was pointing. So with the job we should have done first of feeding the animals, of course they aren't starving, that's one thing I am going to say, they really are fed well, but they do need a top up. I think perhaps 2 today. Yeah, I shall show you when I get out the tractor without going in the menu. A little bit short, that's why it didn't pop. Yeah, we are down to... We're okay for straw. That's not going down very quickly. Food, 36. So 46, 48. I don't know. I think there will be a day when we do need to, but I think today is it 15 tonner, I believe? Yeah, 15 tonner actually, not 12. So then, TMR. I know we've got some. I'm leaving that we've got in storage for a reason. Whilst we can afford to buy it, I am buying it. Yeah, but that way we've got it sitting and waiting for us for that day when perhaps we forget about. Yeah, we've got not much money really. Like now, where we've literally sort of. Oh wow! Yeah, it is only a small trailer though. Now then, let's just see. Actually, that is true. Does this today? Now then, well, you was on about. I don't get what. I think it's because I did the passenger extension on this. I do. I think that's what's playing around with it. So then, we could do something about that. If you're right, what we could do is grab the toolbox and, yeah, we'll take this on its journey across the road, being as it's here. Let's try and see if we can get this right. Yeah, this bridge has got some strange qualities. It's almost like the wheels of the vehicles disappear into the wood at times. Yeah, I was looking in editing, I was thinking, that's a bit odd. Watch what happens to the rear wheels. Okay today. No, that's fine. That really is fine. Right, so then we'll leave that there for a minute, grab the toolbox, and we're going to see if my theory is right. Is it because I did the Kubota thing with having... Yeah, you can... Now then, can you run with this and not drop it? That's the real... Yeah, I remember you putting it in here. Oh. Yeah, well, you ran a long way. Oop. Right, customize. No, it's... Huh? We've already paid for it. We were in that configure... Oh, were we? Or were we in that configuration? Ah, we seem to have a bit of a flaw. We've already paid for that. It's like an extension of the shop, and it's charging me again. It is very, very new, though, so... Let's put that down there. Now it won't open. Does it need to be facing? It seems to be crashing and burning. Right, with that in mind, I'm saving the game, because I know what these things do usually when this type of thing happens. It's not always pretty. But you know something? We'll leave that for another day. We will. Right, to go take the manure across whilst that's doing. 15 tons is enough, yeah. So it's sort of a bit of an error. When Zero Auto's got that right, though, I think, to be honest, that is going to be the absolutely amazing, because it does away with all the shortcomings. You could also stick it on a trailer and put it down. Now, of course, the one thing I'm going to say, it's probably not got strap support, because none of them have. It's strange how you can't... Yeah, they drop off trailers. You could never take... Which is really strange, because obviously in real life, a mobile tool thing, you probably would leave it in the back of the fence or on a little trailer at the back, which would make it for a really good mobile. You could even buy a little trailer and stick a fuel thing on it as well. One of the things I love that about the ER Shabba does. I think that's amazing. I use those a lot. I didn't realise ER Shabba was the maker, the creator of them, but they are amazing. I do love them. Right, it's still a bit bumpy, but hey ho, it actually does the... Right, I think we've got everything on from yesterday. Let's do a couple of runs of water while we're here. After all, the farm, as I've often said, dictates the jobs that you've got to do, really. Yeah, there's not much arguing. If you miss the jobs, you're not going to, get the money that you... Now then, how much manure is there in this as well? 66 tonnes. I don't really need to be worrying about that just yet. Maybe a couple more when that's gone down a little bit. This may be a bit of a longer session though, because there's a lot to do. It might actually be two sessions, really thinking about it. Sorry, yeah, I've gone silent. I'm concentrating. I was like trying to fill and unload at the same time. Yeah, because it slowly fills, but very quickly empties. So it sort of does do very well. Oh wow, yeah, that's made quite a big difference. I don't think we need to worry about water for a while. Seeds is brilliant. Manure's not bad. Yeah, that's fantastic. It's all... I do like this. This is going to be another production that I use a lot in Let's Plays, because it does an awful lot of things of hidden consequences that you don't always think about. It is fantastic, it really is. Right, let's tell it to fill. Now let's overload, then tell it to fill, and then we're going to drop it and leave it fill it. And then we'll take that back. Now then, what do we need to do on that field? We need to inspect it. So let's take this back. We're going to go start on the other side, because we've got quite a lot of heavy equipment. Do we need to take anything? Well, we're definitely going to need a plough, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to take... I love saying ridiculous Dominic's name. It just cracks me up every time. Yeah, we're going to take ridiculous Dominic's fantastic plough with us, which is, I believe, here. Now we are also going to need the scanner. Do we worry about the manure thing just yet? Nah, that's not the right scanner. Yeah, let's grab that as well, because we are going to need this almost instantly. These are the first two tools we're going to need to actually accomplish our goal. Right, okay then, so let's go across and have a good look at our new field. I think first of all, an aerial study of our new field. I am going to put a road in between this because we use it a lot. It really is important. But let's have a look at our new field. Luckily, JMGaming has put these fantastic little lines in that can show you. Yeah, now there's a bit of bulbousness in the middle there that I can see straight away. Not too much trouble there. Bit of a monstrous lump there. We could soften that around that because it also matches the road. Now that, yeah, right up to that line there. Other than a bit of smoothing, I don't think we're too bad on this field, actually. I think we're all right. The real test is going to be the ploughing. So then, I think what we're going to do, yeah, we're going to go into a bit of a time lapse because we've got to mark the field. That's the first thing we've got to do. So we've got to press Del, start. Oh no, we're not quite right. We're a little bit out. Yeah, I think we'll do the road first because then we'll see what we've got left. I don't want to yeah, I mean obviously I know we're starting in our original field to do this, but I want to do this right. Oh, they're a little bit too high. Don't want to waste too much, but we don't want to go too close because I've done that before. Where you really are trying to go too close to the field and then you end up damaging your field and then it makes you feel bad, and yeah, it's just not worth the risk of getting a bit close again. I know it's a fine line because you're not trying to waste field, but at the end of the day you're going to waste field, and also it makes you feel always terrible when you damage your field, or it does me anyway. I really beat myself up. We only need to go that far for now. Yeah, and I was moaning about doing the levelling work, and it's costing me 10 grand, and in editing I saw it cost 2,000. So really, I was really moaning about absolutely nothing, which is often the case. But yeah, it used to. I think I'm still a little bit of a back kick from FS19, where that really did cost millions. It really was very unfair. The tool costing, you really had to cheat because it was just not fair. The amount it would cost you. Whereas in FS22, I think it's too far off, which is why I avoid putting that free building mod, because it also plays around with you doing your olive and your grape groves. So yeah, do we carry? I think we do. Let's get this finished. Really, let's do a proper road. Oh, we're going a little bit up the slope. I think we ought to pull in a little now. Otherwise it gets a little bit that we might have to adjust that slightly and soften it. Right, well, let's join them now. And I think to soften that little slope a little bit, because otherwise it's going to be a bit odd. Can't do it because you've got to go really high to do that type of thing, and then it's going to play around with the field edge. So the only other way you can do it is by levelling. We'll have to see how bad it is, which actually we can probably do about now. Yeah, so I'm going to do the other side first because it's the bigger set of the field. This is what we could do, the second ridiculous Dominic, because for once we've actually got tractors to cope with this. Do we stick another bridge there? I don't want to. Yeah, I think I'm happy with having to go in it. Oh, that's true. Let's test that out. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we'll end up yielding and actually. Yeah, we do also need to. I think to buy a lot to do the clothing and that from the sheep, because we have gone reasonably large with the sheep. So, right, where are we going? What are we doing? Right, yeah, field. Right, do we do? Yeah, we do a bit of smoothing first, I think, because there is. Although I think there's no better way than to actually do the field than there is to see what can and can't be ploughed. I think here, at the base of this, is not a bad thing. I'm going to try to leave this in, and then we're going to see. Although, isn't that? Do we go up a little bit of the hill and try and do that? Maybe. Right. Okay, then. So we're cutting a little bit. Let's go a little bit higher. We need to see. You do need a bit of a vantage point. Yeah. We don't want to go too close though, because that's important to the road. It's the sacrifice you make for like going this close to a highway like that. I've got to also bear in mind the field edge, which is about where those trees are, and you can see it on the mini map. Don't get too close to that thing, and also remember you turn for your circle as it matches the edge of the field. Be careful, because it does weird things if you go too close to the edge. I'm watching the mini map more than anything, which is No Man's Land taught me that. Now we need to be turning around. So I don't know if we get that or whether we're up to that. So really we could truthfully go up to the line, I think. We shall see, because if you get this wrong, Courseplay doesn't like it. Being as it is probably my most important mod of all, to me personally. I do like to listen to it. Oh, JMGaming has sort of put a band of things which I think went a little bit too low, actually. Indeed, yes. Fantastic. So then, now we need to drop that off for a minute. Then we need to drop that off, and remember its claws. Yeah, we've got it now. We need it on the back, and with its claws facing the right way that they are. And now we need to yeah, we're going to stick the name of CP2 because it's not got a field name per se. It is a rogue field. Rogue field. Rogue field. You do think of some things sometimes. Right, so great job. And I'm going to leave it with the hill because I want to see how bad it is. Yeah, we're going to do the alteration. Oh. Why is that not allowing Courseplay to pop? Never had any difficulties before. On this map, though, it does do a weird little clip. It takes longer to appear. That is a little bit odd. Yeah, it sort of seems to have a pause before Courseplay appears on this map. Ah, there we go. Number of headlands, I would say only a couple. Fantastic, and we're going to call it CP2. Save course, activate. 10.5 meters. Now then, let's hide that and do that and leave that to, and then we're going to see by how badly that does on exactly how far things are going to go. And whilst that's doing that, we're going to borrow the little fence because he is the closest tractor. No. Let's grab the John Deere. It probably has the least. I do love the way when you run up a hill. Oh, okay, didn't do it that time. Right. We are going to need this in a few minutes, actually, anyway. Oh, so we ought to start the Fendt as well. Yeah, do we just go massive sunflowers? What about a corn harvest? We've got that header, that's what I'm thinking. I like to bring in the mods that we've actually got. Rather, we need to. Oh, we had it then. We dropped it. Let's drop that and let's grab the. Wow. This really is silly. I am right. So then, we need to do the same on the other field. So this is a bank and a half. Oh, you can sort of sneak through there. But I'm not sure when you've got a 30-tonner on your back whether you could make the turn. I would like to do something with this. It looks a bit odd. I keep looking in editing and thinking it's a little bit weird. It is. Yeah, we are going to need to put a Lords down, but we are getting a little bit short on money. I thought the most important thing was not missing out on the opportunity to... Oh, it's not actually doing it. It's not allowed... I've not allowed Great Fields, have I? My bad. Right, let's just try that now. It should do it, yeah. Right, let's start you again. My bad. Totally my fault. Let's go for a swim. Right, we'll borrow you again. And do we need an implement on the back? No, not for... No, you don't need... You can do it, you just have to press... Yeah, start recording. So we need to see again... Well, no, I think we'll do the same again. I really do. I think we'll... start this. We don't want it too close to the water. I've done this a few times. Clear current course. Start custom field recording. Yeah, and we will go a little higher. Right. Let's look for the lines. This is quite broad. I am right. I don't want to go too close to the water. I've seen what these things do to tractors. Now then, we're getting close to the line. It's about there. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's annoying because you almost likes to waste field. It would be nice to go as broad as we can, but I'm not sure how much of a headland we need, and we don't want anybody going down the edge, and we don't want anyone tangling with those type of trees, those overhanging limbs. I have a healthy respect for. Now then, it doesn't really matter. That's our field as well. So if we go a little bit close to it, that's not really matter. Doesn't matter. Let's not go too close to the road. I think there's a few spots on this one that are going to need sorting, really. Indeed, yes. Fantastic. Right, lovely. Right, so if we grab the field scanner over there, do we? No, we'll grab the big fence. I grab the Estrella. Has it still got enough? I think it had got quite a lot of seeds in that in. It might be enough. Still, I think corn. I do think actually I'd like to do corn. Now, did we feed the sheep? Because I think the answer to this question is no. We got carried away. I think there's probably enough in there actually. But let's have a check. Yeah, let's see how much there is of the two animals. Yeah, even if that was the full amount, then that's still, yeah, it's still going up. That's good. And 51, yeah, straw plenty. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, it's amazing sometimes. If you need a visual cue to just remind you sometimes of the things you think, oh, I haven't done that. So we will be cutting our new grass tomorrow morning. Stick that field scanner on. This is a road and a half. This is, yeah, it is. As using JMGaming's own words, monstrous. Right, yeah, this is what I'm on about. I knew there'd be patches like that where it wasn't quite right, and that's what I want this to reveal. Actually, that is not as severe as I thought, though. I thought we'd struggle a bit. I still think we will. We need to smooth straight away, and that's why I wanted to do it this way. Yeah, soften. I've got to get out of the habit of saying smooth. Smooth's FS19. Now we need to increase the strength, which is L. Love this. Even the visual cue of it actually doing it. Right. Now there's got quite a bit of a lump. yeah, that'll be the turnaround space really. So yeah, I don't know about yourselves, I usually watch the money. It doesn't go down very much anyway, but when you've got it going down even a little bit, you're still getting a little tiny bit. When you get that way, it's not going down very much at all. You know you've about reached your, yeah, where you need to be. Bit of a lump there, even though it was okay. I don't know that that was all turnaround. Well, we've got this open. Let's have a quick look. They say the real trick is obviously when it does its... Right, okay, let's have a quick look while we've got this open at this field and see if there's anything obvious. Apologies, concentrating. Oh, we don't want to muck around with that there. Now then, that there is monstrous. I don't think there's much we can do about that really, except for just soften it a little. It really is quite a monstrous brow of a monstrous hill. Such things do really exist. So, and you can see by the money that the tool agrees. It really is quite a monstrous thing. Yeah, so it's why often I do these in as a time lapse, because it's difficult on these things to get it right, because you too much of your concentration has to be on getting this right and observing and trying to get the tool to do its job properly, which is why I often go into a time lapse to do this. But you know, yeah, sometimes you've got to. You also, as I've often said, it's that natural observation that you've got. You have those eureka moments where you like think, oh, I must tell everyone that, you know, or ask everyone that. I have recorded the final episode of Maypole this morning. Yeah, it's not posted yet, but I've yeah, recorded it. So, yeah, I'm not going to spoil it on how well we did. Although I made a bit of a mistake. I got it right 1 second, and then the next set we need to go a bit smaller. Yeah, there's a little tiny bit of a lump there. You can see better when there's something there as well. Like a dip, but it did manage it, but it doesn't necessarily mean the Estrella will. And it doesn't necessarily mean a Harvester will either. There's a bit of a lump there, you can see it as you were cresting the brow of the hill. There as well. The money agrees. Obviously something wrong there. Yeah, it's doing something, whether that's raising or lowering. Right, fantastic. We won't scan the field until we've, yeah, because obviously you're going to get these patches that aren't actually ploughed, so we'll jump in the plough, because I think this is about the last strip, and then we'll take over, clean up, and then we'll scan whilst we set this to plough the other bit of field. We are producing stones this time. That is, I know it's not good, but it is good, if you get my drift. I mean, yeah, what I mean is, it was worrying me about the map. I was thinking, well, that's 2 times we've used the plough, and it's not actually, unless of course we used it the wrong way. No, my claws were going the right way. They really were. straight. Yeah, on I've done a pilot of Glenleith, and we're not there. We're at Saxthorpe at the minute, and Saxthorpe is definitely is going to be. Oh yeah, you can see a bit when you crest the brow of the hill. Yeah, and I think a little bit more softening on that, although we shall see. Yeah, I did a pilot on Glenleith. I have never had such a fantastic amount of kit. Tractors, we must have had the chance to buy 7 tractors, good tractors as well. I've got a team of 4 to start the Let's Play. Start from scratch with doing Maypole as a true new farmer start. I thought, yeah, I'm not going to do, not always do a new farmer start. So on Glenleith, we've gone that. And I've got the XL scanner, which I apologise for. Obviously, I would never buy that, but obviously when you get a super deal in the shop, you can't say no to something like that. It's just super. And it's not a choice. That's what I say. It's the random element I like about the shop, the sales. Right, let's do that. Set this across. Now, where's the other bridge? Is not that far away. That's why another reason why I don't. This road is very bumpy, though. Now then, leave that alone. It's beautiful. I do love these cacti. Cactus, singular, Mr. Smith. Right. Yeah, we've not done anything with that patch there, have we? Oh, well, that's not ours, actually. That is another field. Now then, we should actually get this to pop this time. Let's go to course play and see if we get it being a little bit nicer this time. Yes, fantastic. CP3. Brilliant. Should have our crate fields still on. Yes, limit fields would be the change. And go. Right, let's go and scan that field while that's doing that. Don't you think we ought to get the Estrella on? Yeah, but only after we've scanned, really. I probably won't do the lime and fertilizer because it is going to have been a big session now. Yeah, I'll try to remain. I used to have a timer, but yeah, I've not. It ate through batteries. Yeah, it was a fantastic gadget, it really was. But I think we can do this in one. I don't mean the whole field. I mean like the width. I think we can actually grab the entire width in. Yeah, but I'd sort of do it by feel, and I know roughly. Also, try to keep my eye on the autosave. Oh, it does widen out, actually. I think you're not going to be able to scan this entire field like that width. Although, of course, you do get the circle is bigger in the middle, so... I'm not sure it's going to be... Yeah, you might just about get it in. A little bit of twiddling. Right, now. Estrella. Oh, wow. We certainly... They're medium stones as well. Wow. Apologies. The daughter just grabbed me. Right, so then. Estrella, I believe, is what we're after. Yeah, I do love the undulation. I've got to be honest, I'm really pleased that I've done this Let's Play. I promised I would. I said I was going to come up with this, and I'm glad, so glad that we picked this particular No, I think that needs a touch. The brow of that is a little bit too much. This is another thing I'm seriously always unsure of, whether to sort of just do this and then say I've made some alterations, or to do it and show you what I'm doing. To me, this is our farm, and the changes I make, I do in front of you, but then that sometimes ruins some of the magic. So yeah, if you've got, yeah, I would be really love to hear from you, really, on what you truly sort of think, or whether you're really not bothered. Sometimes all of us can overdo things and think, and you're not bothered at all, but then other people are. So it's one of those things I really would love to hear from you now. How much have we got in? Ooh, quite a lot. So then, corn or that is the question. Now, I think we're probably safer. Oh no, it's not much in it really, but this is now a field, so we can safely go across it. Yeah, that brow is still monstrous, but we shall see whether it's a doable. Some undulations over here that are really bad. Really bad. I would probably snap the Astrologer in real life. That's really is quite severe. Let's do that while we're all my life, yeah. How did I miss that? Wow. Yeah, that's the bit that I'm seeing there. That brow is really severe. It may look beautiful, but for farming, it's not so beautiful. Now then, be careful working where the actual tractor is. It's a bit... Well, it's not cost us an awful lot to do this monstrous taming of the beast, really. No, I've got to be honest, smoothing is very reasonable. It is. And I do appreciate that from Giants, because, to be honest, FS19 I really think was very sort of severe, whereas this is... Let's quickly do that while it's approaching. Well, for the main though, not too bad. Yeah, a bit there. Yeah, I apologise for this, but you've got to get this right, otherwise I've been thinking about this. I think this session will be this. I think next session we're going to do the planting and the liming and all the rest of it. So I might off camera get all of the team ready to actually do that. Might get the courses, but yeah, we'd certainly get everybody in place. I'm still unsure. Watch that cactus. Yeah, ooh, will we get this trailer over there? I'm not sure we will. We might need to build another bridge, because I don't think that's going over there. My driving instinct is telling me that is what. Oh, it's height though. I'm not sure. Let's just have a look. I don't think it's going to go, but well, maybe. Maybe. Well, there you go. Okay. Okay, well, it was, yeah, not bad. Now we do definitely need to go around, though. Yeah, I think we're going corn. I do. But I think this side we're going to go, yeah, this is the bigger field. I think we're going to do sunflowers on this, and corn on the other one. Oh, we can set this going though, thinking about it. No, because it is, I think the session really is, I think we're about there, truthfully. I think what I'd like to do is just finish off the field, and then we're going to call it. So that's ready for next session. Us de-stoning. Yeah, de-stoning definitely. Alright, let's get this finished, and yeah, we will get the stoner in action ready. We need to do that. In fact, I might actually get the de-stoner going now, so that next session yeah, be one of those jobs. I did always used to treat the destoning as, even on the Western Wilds, as one of those jobs. I did do it a couple of times, and I thought, oh, does everyone really want to see this? Because it's just so samey, really. It's one of those things where, as a content creator, you always you wonder, do I or don't I, really? Don't get me wrong, you do love the one by Mac Trucker, that amazing, monstrous one. That is fantastic, it really is. Had we not got the 9 metre, I would have treated us to that on this Let's Play. I expect to see that on quite a few Let's Plays. Yeah, because I'm a massive fan of that. Right, I believe that is it all. Fantastic, I'm glad we got to use this. Scanning, that's the other job. I'd like to get that at least done for now. Where did we, I think the John Deere has the scanner. Yeah, and we'll have a look at the data. Yeah, that's the other thing we will do. And then that is a wrap for this particular session. Yeah, so the Estrella can just, but it was a scrape. It might be better to build another bridge somewhere across there, which would also suit us. Yeah, I mean, it's a wooden bridge. It would cost thousands, but it would. But then again, it does the game. I'm going to say it's one of those things where you've got to, like, always say the game rules as king. You can't argue with the game mechanics, really. The bridge is what it is. Maybe a little bit too cheap, but it's still nevertheless. We could use one of the Alien Jim's green metal bridge. We could actually. It would be nice to use a different bridge, although I don't know. I think the wooden ones are in character with the bridge here, so I think I'd like to stay in character, really. Right, so, ooh, my life. Not sure the best way to handle this. This is smaller. Still going to be 2 scans, though. Oh, you were not paying attention, were you? I wasn't, really wasn't. Oh, well, you paid the price. You seriously did pay the price for your, yes, going asleep on the job. Really did. Right, okay then. Yeah, it's true, I have. Yeah, those stones, we'll get those stuck in the production shed. Oh, really? Seriously? All my life. Right, okay, so we've gone from the good sides to now we're on the most awful fields that you could possibly have. Is silty clay. Completely silty clay. So they're seriously... Yeah, oh, it doesn't show you, does it? I really would love it. The one thing is about a proper field is obviously it shows you it's the data. When you buy the field, it shows you... Well, you've got to do a proper field. You've got to own it, though. Of course you have, yes. Right, well, that's where we're going to leave it. We have done a lot of work. We have done the 2 fields. I've wrecked part of the old one. Luckily not too deep, but yeah, it's annoying, really annoying. I hate doing that. But I suppose the one thing I always say when I make a mistake like that is it proves that I don't actually, yeah, when I say my settings are on that, you can take it to the bank, but that is what they're stuck on. It really is. So next session we're going to get the seeding, planting and fertilising lime, destoning. Yeah, so I'm going to get the destoner ready in the background with the other fent. I think that's the yeah, I do. Right, all that remains to be said for this particular session is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this absolutely fantastic journey. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I did want to get this in though, because as I said, seasons, if you don't get this all done now, then you've lost out, really. So productions can be added later, but you can't plant your things out of season. So, yeah. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.